once again, dialing in from Pittsburgh, PA, to not only talk about the game tonight, but about his week as well as the upcoming week in the Friends of Rich DraftOps.com Celebrity League here on the Rich Eisen Show. Is Joe Manganiello. How are you, Joseph?
I'm great. I am on the street here in Pittsburgh on location, calling to you live. I will be at the game tonight.
Okay.
Between those Ravens and Steelers. So I'm doing great. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Now, do the brothers named Primanti in any way, shape, or form figure into your diet? Do you ever break what you have to do when you go back to Pittsburgh to just dive into something like what the Primanti brothers dial up?
It's funny you ask that, because as soon as I hang up the phone with you, that is exactly where I'm going.
So you, with every last calorie and carb and whatever you count going into your body, you at least break stride for that, correct?
Hey, I don't count anything, man. I just get in the gym, work out really, really hard, and
like it. Okay.
And then treat myself.
So what are you going to dial up when you go in there? What do you do?
The number 2, which is the steak and cheese. Number 2 meaning the number 2 bestseller. The number 1 bestseller being beer. So yeah, I'll go get a cheesesteak. I used to get the fried egg on top until I had my blood tested by this guy that tests all the NFL players.
Yeah.
And I found out that I've been allergic to eggs my whole life.
No kidding.
Just a little bit about me.
Oh my gosh. See, you never know.
Yeah.
You learn things late in life.
Never know.
So are you? All right, let's get into the nitty and the gritty here. How concerned are you about this team minus Big Ben for this?
Well, look, prior to Ben going down, I said to people, this is about as stacked of an offense as I've ever seen the Steelers have in all my time watching the game.
Mm-hmm.
With that said, I think sometimes injuries can be a way for the rest of the team to rally, step up, play the best football they've ever played. And sometimes an injury is not the worst thing that can happen to a team, because it forces other people to step into roles that they wouldn't have necessarily had to step into. And I think it can be good for a team. With that said, Mike Vick's going to have to make a couple of throws to take some pressure off of the running game.
Yeah, and you called him Mike Vick. You know he wants to be called Mike now, right? Not Michael. He's made that.
Oh, is that right? Well, we're simpatico, I guess.
You are.
We just get each other.
Yeah. When was the last time you were known as Joseph Manganiello? Were you ever credited as that anywhere in anything you've ever done?
Not really, and not even when I was in trouble. It's probably like at the airport or something, like an official federal document is issued to me. I'm Joseph, but otherwise it's just Joe.
I love it. Joe Manganiello joining me here from the streets of Pittsburgh before heading to the Primanti brothers for lunch prior to tonight's game against the Ravens here on the Rich Eisen Show. And, because Mike does have an opportunity here. He even said that he may not get another one, and he's right, because he was at the crib. He was on a couch in early August. This was supposed to be Gradkowski's opportunity should it ever come up, and now and now here he is having it thrust upon him. This is a big moment for him, Joe.
It is a big moment. Yeah, it definitely is, and I think it's also, like I said, I think it's a big moment for a lot of the other members of the team as well. We've got a young defense that is still gelling and figuring itself out, and I think it's an opportunity for those guys to step up, keep those scores low. We found D'Angelo Williams, got him from Carolina, and he ran phenomenally for us while Le'Veon was out. We've kind of, in the wake of these suspensions, injuries, other players have stepped up. So, hopefully that they can rally around Vic. And like I said, he can make a couple of throws. Hopefully all those Antonio Brown fantasy owners will be happy at the end of this week.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, because I noticed you took Big Ben and Antonio Brown last week in the pick 3. Friends of Rich League. You notice I'm gingerly bringing it up right now. Because
they were my guys every week that I could take them.
I know.
'Cause, we can't pick the Thursday players.
But Antonio did his usual thing, getting 100 yards for you last week in the Friends of Rich Celebrity League, and Ben had an injury-shortened performance with just 1 interception, no touchdowns, and then LaShawn McCoy, he did at least score a touchdown for you on a pass, but other than that, that's why you were 14th place last week, and I say 14th place because it's better than saying last. So at least this week, Joe, because we don't use Thursday night games for the Friends of Rich League, that means you can't go homer and have it come back to bite you this week, right?
Well, here's the thing with the week before with the 49ers, Big Ben and Antonio put me into second place behind Billy Gardell, who I'm guessing had some Pittsburgh guys on his squad.
He had the same exact ones. It's just that his running back outpointed yours to beat you for the week. That was the extent.
Right.
He had
by like 2 points or something.
Yeah, I got two. Now I got Snoop, who's another Steeler homer in the league. He joined late. He went Ben and Le'Veon Bell last week with Gronk. He almost finished last because he had the same thing with Ben. All you Steelers guys got hosed last week because of Ben.
Well, it's the injury. That's what happens.
It does happen. Are you ready to announce your pick 3 lineup for this week in benefit for the Children's Hospital of UPMC Pittsburgh, which, by the way, is also Gardell's charity, too. So the Children's Hospital has 2 opportunities to win $1,000. Are you ready to roll it?
I'm actually in Pittsburgh right now. This Friday, I'm hosting the 125th anniversary gala for the Pittsburgh Children's Hospital, which not only helps the children of Pittsburgh, but they also monitor other children's hospitals remotely around the world, and they have managed to decrease the mortality rate at other children's hospitals like South America, parts of Europe, by over 40%.
It's incredible, and it's a great cause. Obviously, great hospital. CHP.edu. Is how you can join and also donate to the hospital that Joe is talking about. And the pick 3 lineup that he is about to name in support of for week 4, Joe Manganiello's lineup here on the DraftOps.com Friends of Rich Celebrity League. Are you ready to announce it, sir?
Breaking news.
Okay, here we go. Your quarterback for the week is who?
Aaron Rodgers.
Of the Green Bay Packers.
In
San Francisco. Now, is it because you saw Big Ben light up that defense? Is that where you're going?
That's exactly right. I mean, the only thing holding that back may be that they may get so far ahead that they're going to sit him for the fourth quarter.
Okay. So you like Aaron Rodgers, and your running back for this week is?
My running back is Jamal Charles.
They're in Cincinnati. That may be a tough play, but you like it anyway, huh?
Maybe this is wishful thinking on my part, but I'm looking. I'm putting all of my positive energy into Jamal Charles shredding the Cincinnati Bengals.
Okay, and that's the running back, and your wide receiver is
Julio Jones. The guy's unstoppable this year. Because I can't pick Antonio Brown, I'm going Julio Jones.
Yeah, man, I went Julio too. I went Julio also. He's just on fire. He is having. He's the first receiver, I saw this note in studying for the week here, first receiver with 135 yards or more in the first 3 games of a season ever. So he's the greatest fantasy start ever in the history of wide receiving. Joe.
Monster.
He is a monster. Okay, so reviewing the picks again for the Children's Hospital of UPMC Pittsburgh, Joe Manganiello's picks are Aaron Rodgers, Jamal Charles, and Julio Jones. I've got Andy Dalton coming up next, Joe. Are you concerned? What's so funny about that?
Where's this going? Where are you going with this?
Well, here's what I'm going about this.
Into a fight.
No. Here's what I'm going about this. Are you concerned at all about the 3-0 start for the Bengals?
They look great. Hey, they look great. It looks like there are some things gelling. We'll see come playoff time.
See, you're being very, very, very politically correct right now, because I know what Steelers fans think of the Bengals, right? I know it because you need to see it in January. That's what you're saying, right, Joe?
Yeah, exactly. It's all good right now, but traditionally they get full on the appetizers, and by the time it's time to eat the entree, they're full.
I like it. You want to beast on the Ravens while you're at it? Come on, I got you on a roll. What do you want to do? What do you like? Come on, you're loving that they're 0-3, Joe, right? Come on, I'm just trying to get it out of here.
Well, honestly, I wanted them to win last week against Cincinnati. I wanted them to take them down a peg, and I didn't want them going 0-3 into this game. But I'm curious to see. It's always a slugfest with us, but it's like you always want to beat your rival with their best people on the field, and I just don't know that that's the case. The running attack is having a really hard time running, and they don't have that outside pass rush without Suggs. So, I'm going to be interested to see what they've got tonight. They've got no deep threat either. So, but Steve Smith Sr., That's a bad man.
He is a bad man, and you just don't want to. That's a rattlesnake you never want to poke. That is for darn sure. You know, I just had Reggie Jackson on the show last hour, and he's a Steeler fan. He's a diehard Steeler. He's going to be at the game tonight, Joe.
He's going to be at the Steeler game tonight?
He said he called Franco for sideline passes, so he'll be out there.
Amazing.
Are you going to be?
Yeah, I mean, I'll go find him because Franco's a good friend of mine, so I'll go find Reggie Jackson.
Wouldn't that be great? I mean, he said he met Franco Harris on the set of The Superstars 45 years ago.
Jeez, oh man, that's incredible. I'll go find him. I'll report back.
Okay, last one for you here before you go to lunch. Chris Brockman asked Joe Manganiello the poll question at richeisenshow.com.
All right, Joe, how many games do your Steelers win with Mike Vick at quarterback? 1 or less, 2 to 3, or 4 or more?
I think personally that Ben's only going to be out for 4 weeks.
You do, huh?
Yeah,
That inside information?
Is that inside info?
He's good at playing with pain. The fact that it wasn't a tear, which was the biggest bullet dodged to me in like the history of Steeler football, because I thought something was torn.
Me
I
too.
thought he was going to be scrambling to get ready for next year. So I think it's going to be 4 games. I think Vic. What was your range? 2 to 3. I think it's 2 to 3. If we can go 2 to 2, 2-2 with Vic, that'd be great. Any more than that is gravy, but we've got a really, really tough schedule, so the guys really have to step up.
Yeah, seeing Ben writhe in pain and be carted off, I've never seen him like that. That was a real heart and throat moment. I know exactly what you're talking about right there. All right, well, enjoy lunch at the Primanti Brothers. I'm jealous. Enjoy it.
Thanks.
All right, you take care,
Rick.
Joe. Thanks for calling in. It's Joe Manganiello from the streets of Pittsburgh.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern. On Audience.